I want to recreate that wheel. I have to start with it flat. And in this particular case here, I've got a rectangle around it. And if, you know, if we want, I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but maybe we'll put some crosshairs through it as well. Because for me, I find that really helps students see the 30-30 process, okay? Let's try to have everything symmetrical though, marker, hey? All right. Now, if I want to do that isometric automatically, I go Effect, 3D, Extrude and Bevel. I make sure that there's no bevel depth whatsoever. And then I go to the presets and I say, well, do I want isometric left? Do I want isometric right? Do I want isometric top? I want isometric right. Dunsky, right? So we can always do it that way. But the manual process, right, is, again, that you would first squish it. So if I know I want to have it isometric left or right, that means you're squishing horizontally by 86.062. So you go Object, Transform Scale. This is a non-uniform scale, right? And 86.062, and it goes, right? That's the perspective of something turning into perspective, right? Gets thinner. Okay. Then I decide if it's going to be isometric left, then I will do a object transform shear by positive 30 degrees on the vertical. If I wanted isometric right, then that becomes negative 30 degrees on the vertical. If I want to do isometric top, then I have to squish it horizontally and shear it vertically, or sorry, squish it vertically and shear it horizontally. Right, so there's my isometric right manually. Then it's a question of taking that and extruding, right? So I can get rid of my placeholders here now, but you see why I put the axis in there? Because if I want to extrude this into 30 degrees, I need a 30-degree line and I need to extrude it. So this is why I tend to do this on a 30-30 grid, because I can put these into, whoops, apparently not. I can put these on a crosshair, right? That makes it really easy to drag while holding Alt. God, what's wrong with my mouse today? Drag while holding Alt, and I can pull off a duplicate, and it's exactly at 30 degrees. From here, you guys probably know what's coming, right? At that point, whoops, sorry. At that point, we have to start cutting, right? So I have a copy of the wheel array, so I go C for scissors. I'm gonna cut at an apex, cut at an apex, eat me, cut at an apex, cut at the apex, cut at the apex, right? I'll start, I'm gonna right click. Yeah, I can't do it that way. You have to do it the old fashioned way. Release any compound paths, right? So I don't have the hole. This is where wireframe often comes in handy. So don't need the crosshairs anymore. I don't need this bottom section. I don't need this bottom section. And there's the wall of my tire, right? Just like that. So P for pen, click, close, click, close. And this is how I have done isometric rendering for years, right? To make the side wall of the tire. I already have the front wall of the tire, right? And so I'm starting to build my 3D objects in this fashion. So, you know, if this is isometric top, so I squish it vertically and shear it horizontally, and I get my 30-30. Right? So same with the fish. I could do that process, but you can also, of course, go Effect, Extrude, and Bevel. isometric right, then I can start to put in an extrude depth and get my 3D fish, just like they did.